Ben Smith, fighting out of Team Titan. I've been training MMA now for about a year and a half. Reasonable success. My record is 1 and 2. Looking to even the scores up tonight and make it 2 wins and 2 losses. Never fought on the FX3 show before. I've been told it's a very good show, so I'm looking forward to it tonight. Steve Day, don't know anything about you. I've heard it's your debut. Your nickname apparently is Judgment Day, so I don't know what that's all about, but I'm sure we'll find out later on. Just looking to see if we can have a good fight tonight and may the best man win.
My name is Stephen Day. I'm making my pro debut at FX3 tonight. Can't wait, really looking forward to it. My background is, I have a boxing background. I'm more of a stand-up fighter. I've been working extensively on my ground game in preparation for my next opponent, Ben Smith. I'm very aware of Ben's wrestling background. I've been training hard for it. If he does manage to take me down to the ground, then I'll certainly be able to deal with whatever he brings. But quite frankly, I think I'm going to be doing it standing up top today. If he does manage to get me down there, it's going to be a very hard night for him and it won't be as easy as he thinks. I train out of GB Martial Arts, based in Portsmouth. Fantastic stand-up coach I have down there. Yeah, should be a great night. Can't wait and looking forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the heavyweights? Our next bout is in the FX3 heavyweight division. Please welcome your fighter in the blue corner. He weighed in at 116.7 kilograms. He is making his professional debut and is training out of GB Martial Arts from the UK. Please welcome Steve Judgment Day.
So Rob, it's what everybody gets up for, the heavyweights, the big lads, and coming in, Steve Day making his debut. Big show to make your debut on, Rob.
Certainly is a great stage to perform on, an even bigger one to be making your debut on. Got to take my hats off to Steve Day, in for a very, very tough night in the heavyweight division. And the heavyweight division does need new talent.
That's right, and I mean, again, you could hear the crowd's response the moment our MC, Mr. Ian Freeman, said the heavyweight division. The hairs stand up on the back of the neck, don't they? They know what they could be in for.
That's right, the heavyweights always make for interesting fights, and of course, everybody loves the power that a heavyweight carries. So see Steve Day in his pre-fight preparations with the 2 lovely FX3 ring girls there in the background.
From GB Martial Arts, please welcome Steve Judgment Day. Now let's welcome his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 106.6 kilograms. He has a professional record of 1 win with 2 losses. He is fighting out of Titan Gym from the UK. Let's welcome Ben Smith.
So Rob, Ben Smith coming to the cage, and a man we've seen fight before.
That's right, very, very stocky, well-built, powerful fighter. This is going to be a very, very interesting fight.
Now they talk about the big men, the heavy hitters, but his last win was a submission, so it shows the man's rounded.
That's right. He's not only about striking, he also has a submission game. And in all fairness, you know, he comes again from great schooling. We speak about it quite often. But let's be honest, you know, half of these fighters wouldn't have their technical ability or their ability full stop if it wasn't for the teams and the schools they have around them. Again, Ben Smith comes from Team Titan, probably one of the best schools in Europe at the moment, producing some excellent fighters at all levels.
Ben Smith.
So Rob, as Mark calls them to the centre of the cage, there's a lot of weight in there. Two big men. You can see the height advantage definitely with Day, but as you said, Smith a real stocky powerhouse.
That's right, very good movement. You know, you can look to him to use his height to an advantage, if you like. You know, watch out for the overhand right.
That's right, the taller man by far, Steve Day, making his debut here, looking to make a name for himself. Ben Smith looking to build on his last win as submission by armbar. And a lot of stake here as we get ready for this first round. And Smith closed the gap quickly and then looked a bit cautious after he did, Rob.
Sorry, Mate, sorry, Mate, it was Steve Day that closed the distance. Ben Smith looked for the takedown. Steve Day trying to keep hold of the neck of Smith at the moment. Doing a good job of doing so, squeezing it in nice and tight. Smith gets his head free into the full guard now of Steve Day. Both men moving very, very quickly, expending a lot of energy. Smith trying to work his way through the guard of Steve Day.
And he's doing a good job of slowly but surely working him towards the fence as well, Rob.
That's right. At the moment, though, moving himself into the corner of Steve Day.
And now he's got his man's back up against that fence, thinking all the time.
Good short left hands thrown by Ben Smith as he chops away with that left hand.
And Rob, it was a strange start to the fight because Day closed the gap incredibly fast and then didn't let the hands go.
That's right, it was Ben Smith that was able to make the shoot to put us in the position we see these guys in now. Steve Day trying to turn himself out of what is an uncomfortable position. Trying to push his opponent away, work his way to his feet. Steve Day does a good job of doing so. Ben Smith trying to work for the takedown.
And the crowd, you heard, really responded to that, Rob, that standing back up. But Smith has been relentless in keeping his man on the floor here.
That's right, beautiful single leg takedown. Ben Smith now looking to utilise the elbows.
Yes, some chopping little elbows in there, especially with that left elbow. We've seen what damage that can do already tonight, Rob.
That's right. And I think that's probably sent a message through the changing rooms. Good work as Ben Smith again looks for a submission victory. Works for the Kimura. Doesn't quite get it, needs to put his opponent's, the back of his opponent's hand to the floor. Doesn't get the technique right, Steve Day able to last. Ben Smith moving to man position. Good job. Looks for ground and pound. Steve Day brings his arms up, trying to cover.
But Smith has been very fluid on the ground, Rob.
That's right. Showing that training with Team Titan can certainly help your technique.
Yes, we mentioned the size and the power, but we're seeing a lot of skill and technique as well here from Smith.
Again, good elbows. Left hand.
He's out, Rob, he is out. Rob, as well as the brutal finish, that was a very good technical fight from Smith, though, wasn't it? When the end came, it was brutal, but it was technique before that.
That's right, it was beautiful work. He was looking for transitions, he was looking for submissions, and when the opportunity came, it was the big left elbows that he dropped. And I think you're right, Malcolm, I think at one point he'd actually managed to KO Steve Day, but Steve Day at the moment, getting his breath back, looks okay. Great work by Ben Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 56 seconds of the first round, we have a winner due to referee stoppage from ground and pound. One more time for Ben Smith. And show your appreciation for Steve Judgment Day.
Welcome back to FX3. I'm Jeremy Bailey. I'm joined here by the man mountain Ben Smith, who's just had a fantastic win over Steve Judgment Day. Ben, talk us through your victory.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He was stone and a half heavier than me, so I was a bit conscious of the weight. But I know I'm strong for my size. I knew he was going to come out swinging, so I thought, get down, get the takedown in. I knew I'd be able to control him on the floor. That's where I'm strong. And with the old elbows, managed to finish him nice. I'm pleased.
I was about to say, obviously here in FX3 we do allow those elbows. We definitely love them, and I did see from backstage, and I heard those elbows going in.
Yeah,
what sort of weight you coming in at, Ben?
I'm 106 kilos today, so he was a good 10 kilos heavier than me. So I'm pleased. I'm well.
106 kilos is a whole lot of elbows raining down on you. As always, it's a pleasure for you to join us here. Thanks very much to Ben, and well done.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.